he's not here again. He died from cancer. Which means I gotta shoot this Raw review by myself again. I don't even want to. What to do? What to do? What to do? Psych!
This Raw may be shit, but it's not gonna kill me again. C-Nation. John Cena is back. Baby!
Can't see me. Time is now.
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody cares.
Even with the return of the great savior and Lord of Pro Wrestling, John Cena, it could not save it from this terrible Raw. This Raw was shit again, as expected.
This Raw wasn't actually that bad in my opinion, but it was still bad.
The draft is coming. Change is coming. We're going to talk about the draft later this week.
It's really the coming of the new era now.
Will the draft change anything?
No.
Probably not. SmackDown may end up being a better show, but really? Am I going to watch it?
Is that is that really much of an upgrade? I mean, like,
that's a good point.
Having this brand extension go on isn't really going to make SmackDown
you know
that much
better. It is going to change something because TNA is going to go to Thursdays. That's not confirmed yet, but I'm basically positive.
I'm pretty sure
they're not going to run 1 hour against a live SmackDown, especially their opening hour. That'd be the dumbest thing for them. Okay, so they have the roster out on the stage because it's 4th of July. It's Memorial Day. Fucking same holiday. They make all these fucking USA all.
Nice botch.
Give a shit. Whatever. 4th of July episode of Raw is coming up soon there, John. It's actually on Monday. I checked it. Yeah, so this whole roster's on stage, and they do the bell salute, whatever. My hero is standing front center, and I was so happy to see him. I had my John Cena t-shirt on last night. I was repping it. I was so happy. So, they do this 10 bell salute thing. Then they cut to a video with them honoring the truth because they kiss ass. And then we go to the Raw opening video, and then the show opens up with Shane McMahon, because it's not like John Cena's returning tonight or anything. So Shane McMahon opens the show, and then Stephanie comes out, because Stephanie always has to come out. And she has short shorts on tonight.
Stephanie looked like she was in fucking pajamas last night.
Her Triple H legs were showing. Her Triple H arms were showing. Shane McMahon had
everything was showing. I don't get the pervs that actually think that Stephanie's attractive. I really don't get the pervs that wants to fuck Stephanie. That's just disgusting. I don't know.
They talk about the brand extension and how it's going to change things, and then the New Day comes out. And the New Day is concerned about them being split up due to the brand extension. That's what they called it. Well, that's what they called it. But then JBL screwed it up.
That is such a dodge.
Yeah.
Avoiding to call it brand split by calling it brand extension. Even though, like you said, it didn't work because JBL 2 or 3 times kept calling it a brand split.
We're gonna have a brand split, Michael.
Oh, the New Day don't want to get split up by the brand split there, Michael.
Fucking, I hate JBL. So they go on about how everything's booty, and they have booty-os, and then Kofi asks Shane questions, and he says that Shane has the answers because he's got nice kicks on, and then the camera zooms in on Shane McMahon's kicks.
Which I'm glad somebody finally addressed that. Because
that's
that
why
man
we watch the show.
Because that man rolls around here with like his fucking nice-ass shoes. Those are a big distraction to me. Like when he first came back, the first thing I noticed were his shoes. I'm like, oh damn, look at that! Like he flipped them around.
I hate him. I as a sneakerhead, I'm jealous of him. I can't even like. So then of course this leads into a dancing segment because every segment must end in dancing.
Every New Day segment, that is.
So Shane McMahon starts
gotta prove that you're not booty by shaking the booty.
Shane McMahon starts like twerking, and then they're about to let Stephanie do it.
It's the most shaky like thing. Like when you see Shane twerk, it's like the most. You swear that guy has like fucking Parkinson's or something. I swear.
So the announcers are going crazy, and then Stephanie's about to dance, and then all of a sudden the lights go out, and then they come back on, and Stephanie's still there, and then it cuts to the entrance screen, and it has the Vaudevillains guy on there in color, and then when they zoom out, he's not in color anymore, and he's in black and white, and the Vaudevillains are making their entrance, and everything's in black and white.
That was all just like really fucking like.
I hate everything.
It was like the dumbest fucking TV edit botch.
So after the Vaudevillains went on Raw last week. Now they get a rematch against the Tag Team Champions tonight. Why?
Oh,
who knows?
I don't get it.
They had this boring ass match, and I don't care because the Vaudevillains are uninteresting characters, and I don't give a shit about them. The New Day is interesting, but as faces, they don't work. So the match ends when Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson come out and they beat the shit out of the New Day, causing the DQ. And I immediately said, "Holy shit! It's that guy! It's those guys that lost to the Usos like 7 times." What a legit threat to the championship. So Renee Young is backstage.
Well, the Usos have been 2-time champs themselves there, Michael.
the Usos, they like to have fun there, John.
Don't forget it's Monday Night Us, Michael.
So,
how about that, Us? What's next, Us?
So Renee Young interviews Anderson and Gallows backstage, and she's like, "So, how do you feel about beating out the New Day?" And
Gallows and Anderson respond by saying, "This is our first night without AJ Styles, and we're here to make an impact. We're here to say
make an impact."
That generic shit when tag teams say, "Yeah, we don't need that one person that literally carries our entire popularity as the club." You know, AJ Styles is the only reason that this whole club thing is even really popular.
Don't forget that the Bullet Club is dominating Ring of Honor.
I don't care what
the Young Bucks.
I don't care.
Page.
I don't give a shit what indie marks say. Like, if it wasn't for AJ Styles, then the Bullet Club wouldn't be as known as it is. It wouldn't be as popular as it is without AJ Styles, because without a name, world-renowned name like AJ Styles, a home name like that, the Bullet Club probably wouldn't be as popular as it is today. I'm sticking by that.
Nah, dude, it's the Young Bucks. It's the Young Bucks with their...
Oh, the Super Kick Party. The Super Kick Party by the Young Bucks.
Yourselves.
I don't give a shit about the Young Bucks.
So, Apollo Crews is backstage, and then Big Show walks up, and I cheered for Big Show. I cheered when I saw Big Show on my screen.
I was just like I looked at the TV screen and I'm like, oh my god, Big Show.
I honestly, tears came out of my eyes. You know it's bad when the roster's so terrible. I'm marking out when Big Show makes a return.
You know what's the funniest fucking thing? The fact that like Big Show came back to Apollo Crews doing push-ups, and all of a sudden he's like, "What, do you got a problem with the New Day Era 2s?" And then, like, it zooms out and reveals that it's Big Show.
By the way...
And I'm like, I'm so sorry, Big Show. You just came back to the most cringiest...
Let me point out for a moment how much shorter Apollo Crews than Big Show is. Apollo Crews was, like, all the way down here, and Big Show was, like, all the way up here. There's a problem.
It makes me realize how much, like, Apollo Crews is, like, practically a Black Neville.
So, they talk about Sheamus beating up Apollo Crews last week, because, you know, Sheamus and Apollo Crews just have to feud with each other. Big Show said he doesn't give a fuck about the new eras and that he's going to dominate. And I was like, thank you, Big Show. I'm actually a fan favorite of yours now. Okay, so the Usos fought for Breeze in a very entertaining matchup.
Fabrice.
Goldust and R-Truth were on commentary. Fabrice lost to the Usos, and then they blamed it on Golden Truth because they were sitting in announcer chairs. And then they beat up Fabrice, and then the announcers were like, "This is the best we've seen them work together." Okay. I don't care. I don't know what that did for the Usos. I don't know why they were booked in that match, and I don't give a shit. Roman Reigns talks, which is the best thing ever. Whenever Roman Reigns comes out and talks, you know you're in for a great segment. And this one turned out to be a masterpiece in the making by creative. So Roman Reigns came out, and he was like, guess what he said? Guess. Guess. Just take a guess. We'll give you 5 seconds. Take a guess.
I'm not a good guy. Well, this shit, he did put a twist on it by saying, as long as I got this title,
And it wasn't even that. Like, before it, he was calling Seth Rollins the man or something. He was like,
yeah, I don't know. He called himself the man. By the way, when did Seth Rollins ever call himself the man? No, that man called himself the Future. I believe he called himself the Future. There is no instance where he called himself the man.
So... Reigns basically is like...
making shit up to make a semi-decent promo.
Get out here now, Rollins.
Not even semi-decent promo. Whenever Roman Reigns is on that mic, you know that your own 5-year-old son can make a better promo than that fucking idiot, brain-dead piece of shit.
So Seth Rollins comes out, and Michael Cole's like, The Architect! The Architect! He's here! He's here! And I'm shouting at my TV screen, he's a heel! What are you doing? Why are you cheering this man?
Even the commentators realize how much shit Roman Reigns is because fucking Seth Rollins comes out, and who's supposed to be the heel of this entire rivalry, the commentators themselves are like, holy shit, it's Seth Rollins!
So, of course, the crowd is booing Roman Reigns, but they're cheering Seth Rollins. And of course, Roman Reigns is he's the face in this one. So Seth Rollins, guess what he does? Guess. Take a guess. He runs, then stops. Then he walks back. Runs again, stops, walks back, grabs the microphone, walks around for 5 minutes, says nothing, drops the microphone, starts running again, walks back, grabs the microphone again, drops it, leaves to the back, comes back out running, stops, walks back, comes back running again, and then walks back to the back. And then they play Reigns music, and that was the end of the segment.
Seth, I love you, man, but that was just a waste of fucking time.
I want to know who backstage decided this is going to get viewerships. This is going to get the viewers to tune in.
This is going to get real heel heat. No,
this was a complete waste of 15 minutes. It was the worst Raw segment I've ever seen before in my life. I'm almost positive of it. It was so terrible. So terrible. I don't understand why you have to make Seth Rollins look like such a pussy. He doesn't have the championship anymore. He doesn't need J&J security, John.
I'm gonna give the diva, not the divas. I'm gonna give the women's division a little bit of credit here by saying at least they wrestle or have something that's worth looking at. Except like compared
Charlotte
to this,
Flair
at
is
least.
not worth looking
except Charlotte Flair. That's what I was about to say. But anyways, cutting to what is really important: the fact that the women's division can actually provide something to look at other than this segment, where it's literally the real bathroom break segment. This was literally the bathroom break segment of the night to me.
And then, of course, to make it all worse, the announcers, every single time Rollins started running, they got excited. They were like, ah, and then he stopped and he was like, like every single time. Like, it's like, you don't expect it anymore. He did this like 6 times. At one point, you gotta be like, he's just fucking with us. No. These dumbass announcers, every single time, Michael's like, oh my god, here we go. Kill yourselves. Every single one of you. This is the worst segment in Raw history. The mystery images of the egg hatching on Twitter or whatever was for Goldberg being the pre-order of 2K17. God, fuck. They did this last year to us, too. They're great people. Lana's out of the ring, and she's ring announcing, but she doesn't have the accent anymore. So, what's the point? She announces Rusev to the ring, and Zack Ryder comes out, and I instantly say this feud never ends. Because if you remember last year, when Rusev was United States Champion, they fed him Zack Ryder like every single week. This is like the 9th match they've had against each other. So Zack Ryder got one of those little pop-up boxes that they do on the bottom of the screen, and he was like, I'm going to be successful in this company. I was like, shut the fuck up. No, you're not. So they have a match, and Rusev basically kills Zack Ryder. And then he gets on the microphone, and he dares anyone to challenge him because he's the greatest United States champion of all time. And I thought for a minute the hero was going to come out, the savior of all pro wrestling, but no.
Not.
Then Titus O'Neil came out.
Okay. This segment, shit. Except for one thing. The fact that Titus O'Neil fucking socks Rusev in the face. That was the greatest fucking thing to me. Seeing that man go down and roll out the ring from that, like, punch. That punch connected. I don't give a fuck what you say. That punch connected, and that looked fucking hilarious. That was just great to see him sock him in the face, and Rusev just rolls out the ring like, oh, what the fuck? Oh, shit! Oh, give me my belt. Fuck this.
This is the point. Titus O'Neil fucked up when he shoved Vince McMahon. Because now he's going to get fed to Rusev. And it's going to just get worse and worse for him. And I feel so bad. If you noticed in the opening segment, when they did the 4th of July thing, the McMahons were like all the way over here. And Titus O'Neil was like all the way right.
All the way on the other.
So someone tweeted a photo of it and someone was like, Titus learned his lesson. And I was like, kill yourself. Goodbye. So we get a video recap of the Charlotte and Ric Flair segment from last week that everyone loved and enjoyed.
Oh.
And then the commentary team read tweets about it. So earlier today, apparently, Stephanie met with Charlotte. And she called her spoiled, selfish, all this other shit I don't care about. I don't know what's happening. I'm just reading this on the thing.
All this generic ass, like, we've heard it time and time again type of women's promo. Just like, you're a sleazy bitch, alright? Fuck out of my face, or I'm gonna beat you and fuck your man at the same time, alright? Back up, ho.
Whatever, I don't care. And Enzo and Cass made their entrance, and they talked about cheese, because that's what tag teams do. And then they fought the Dudley Boys, and it was boring. I didn't care. The Dudleys are... Bubba Ray Dudley says stinking in between every single sentence. Enzo and Cass won. I don't know what this does for them because Cass beat up the Dudley Boys by himself for the past, 5 weeks. I don't know what happened to Enzo Amore, but Enzo Amore was wearing the Jordan 12 flu games that were released this past Saturday. So, props to you.
At the very least. Well, we can't forget the cheese promo that they cut.
I told that. I said that. I recapped it really fast.
But
because I didn't really give a shit about it because it was terrible.
But Fettuccine, how you doing? American, how you doing? I can't believe they got the entire crowd to do that.
The worst backstage segment ever happens. Cesaro, Sami Zayn, and Dean Ambrose are all backstage. And they all are in their gay-ass attires, of course. And I don't even know how it happened. But they're just sitting there talking, and they're all talking about how all the opponents they have tonight are threats to each other. They're like, oh, well, Kevin Owens is very... Like, who does this? What wrestler goes to two other wrestlers they're teaming with and discusses how three other guys that they're fighting tonight are serious threats? So then the promo ends with Sami Zayn saying he's Canadian, and Dean Ambrose is like, that explains a lot. And then he walks back, he just walks away. What? What does it explain? Explains that he's a happy, go fuck yourself queer? I hate everything involving these men. And then we got an even worse one between Owens, Jericho, and Del Rio later. But we'll get to that.
I thought that one was actually more tolerable than the one with Zayn, Ambrose, and... honestly, I thought that one was bad, but then, like, I honestly didn't think that the one between Owens, Jericho, and Pedro.
I'll get there. So then, the champ came back. And he came out, and he had his red, white, and blue shirt on, with the black, he had his green-ass shoes that didn't match shit. He had his sparkly cargo pants.
I never thought fucking cargo pants could ever be so fashionable. Like, that fucking, not even navy blue. Just complete, like, light blue, baby blue, fucking teal, like, sparkles circling around the bottom of the goddamn cargo shorts. And above that was a face of I don't know who the fuck. But that was just, I don't know.
I got my shorts out of Rainbow Dash's ass!
Rainbow Dash's ass.
So, I thought for a minute when John Cena came out, I was kind of disappointed. Because I thought he was going to come out and be like that jackass Cena and was like, I'm back! And I was about to be so happy. But then he went serious John mode on us. He was like, I care for the military. I care for the children. I care about this country. I care about the people that defend our country. I'm a Native American.
Of course, he had to cut his...
I'm a good citizen.
Of course, he had to cut his Memorial Day promo. But completely after that, he somehow switched it to, so, I'm back home. Do I belong here? And then... a bunch of people, of course, the mixed reaction that you'd expect.
And then John Cena said the greatest thing ever, and it made me so excited for the future. He was like, it's a new era in WWE. However, I will not let the future happen until the future goes through me. And I was like, yes!
Fucking
thank you, John.
About as passionate as Martin Luther King Jr. I swear to fuck. That guy had a facial expression of I am so fucking serious. If you don't think I am, fucking hang yourself.
So then the funniest thing ever happened, and I died of laughter. AJ Styles' music hits, and he comes out, and I'm dying of laughter because Vince McMahon. This is how this went down. Vince was just walking backstage, and he was like, "Cena's coming back tonight. I wonder who I can feed to him for the." Fans to hate me even more. And then he saw AJ Styles and he was like, you! And so, the greatest thing ever happened. It was Mr. TNA in the ring with Mr. WWE, and all these smart fans were fucking losing it, of course. But meanwhile, I'm just laughing because I know what the end result of this is going to be. So, AJ Styles says about how it's been like his dream to face Cena or whatever. And then the club comes out, and I started laughing even more. Because then I realized these two queers were going to get buried also by John Cena. And so, they say how they want to make an impact and whatnot. And so then, it looks like AJ Styles and John Cena are going to fight the club. But then AJ Styles just turns around and...
shield turn, yay!
Hits John Cena in the head. And this makes no sense whatsoever. Because they just split up last week.
I was about to say, what the fuck is the point of the split if all you're going to do is have Cena come back and have them come back to swerve Cena, even though it wasn't long enough for it to be a swerve.
It also doesn't make sense because one of the top guys in your company is now heel. Way to go. So,
way to fucking go. You know how to tell stories, don't you, WWE? We tell stories. Shitty stories.
So, these three queers are beating up John Cena, and I'm just dying of laughter because I know like, come SummerSlam, these three are gonna be like in a buried alive match against John Cena. And John Cena's just gonna shovel them all in the dirt, and they're never gonna come back out. They're gonna be stuck in 6-man tags with the Usos and, like, Cesaro for the rest of their lives. I found it great. It was beautiful. It was the best segment. John Cena, I love you so much. So, then we had Natalya versus Dana Brooke in the greatest women's match of all time. It lasted about a minute, and Dana Brooke won. Because she's going to be the new female Roman Reigns. That's all you have to know. So then JoJo interviewed Dolph Ziggler. Oh, and Becky Lynch came back. Because Becky Lynch versus Charlotte is a feud that needs to happen again. So JoJo's interviewing Ziggler.
I skipped all of this segment on my DVR. From the Dana Brooke and match, from the Brooke match all the way past the fucking promo with Ziggler. As soon as I saw Ziggler and JoJo there with the fucking microphone, I was just like, okay, yeah, keep going.
So JoJo was interviewing Ziggler, and she was asking him about the match they had tonight. And Ziggler was like, tonight it's a technical wrestling match. And, like, all the smart fans everywhere just instantly blew their load because Ziggler's appealing to them. And then all of a sudden he tried, like, listing these wrestling holds, and he couldn't do it. He was like, head scissors, armbar, choke, armbar, flying Kuriyatama, armbar. I know them all. It's like, dude, you listed 3 armbars. So, this leads to the greatest match ever of Dolph Ziggler versus Baron Corbin in a technical wrestling match. And the moment I saw Dolph Ziggler putting on his headgear, I knew this was going to be shit. And it was shit. You know why it was shit? Because then Dolph Ziggler just did his little fucking circle jerk around the ring, and then he just gave Baron Corbin the low blow, and that was it.
To be fair, I would have taken that over seeing any attempt at an actual technical wrestling match when it comes to a match with Corbin in general.
That's not my problem. My problem is you're gonna do that. What's the point of announcing a technical wrestling match anyway?
Just to swerve us, because Ziggler is now probably... I don't know what the fuck. This is another situation of who the fuck is the heel now, because Ziggler goes up against pleasing the smart fans with his technical wrestling match to shooting him, to, like, getting him in the nuts and being like, ha, crotch shot, guess what? I'm not getting that technical wrestling match.
Yeah, and then he grabs the mic and he's like, and Dolph Ziggler's been disqualified.
But the loser is still Corbin.
So I guess this feud's gonna continue because everyone just gives a fuck about this feud. Everyone wants to
Everybody loves it. Everybody cares. Take my fucking money. I will pay you, Vince McMahon, to have Corbin suck Ziggler's cock.
What was that Donald Trump?
I don't fucking know.
So
there's smart fans all over the place just being like, technical wrestling. What the fuck just happened? He kicked him in the nuts. He didn't even give him a technical wrestling match.
The technical wrestling.
My money is not spent well.
You fucking smart fans are autistic retards. So, fucking, guess what happens next? We go to Facebook. And the Miz is backstage on Facebook.
Stop.
And basically, what they announced is that he's gonna go film a movie, but he's still gonna be an Intercontinental Champion. So he's gonna
That makes no sense!
So he's gonna be the Brock Lesnar of this company with the IC belt.
I remember
everyone just loves the Miz.
I remember last time the Miz did that was like 2013 when he just won it at WrestleMania, and then he had to go film some shit. And then they just vacated the title or something like that?
No.
Or they made him lose it.
Yeah, he lost it to Wade Barrett that night. He won it at Mania, and then he lost it to Wade Barrett.
He lost it at the Raw, like, after Mania to Barrett. I miss Barrett. I really do.
I miss everything about Barrett, but it's okay, because he's going to go to TNA, and they're going to name him Barrett Wade. It will all be
Barrett Wade.
It will all be okay again. It'll be like Bad News Barrett all over again. He'll be like, that shit's going to be gone. So, then Owens, Jericho, and Del Rio had their segment. And they were all complaining about how they couldn't work with each other. And Jericho was the middleman. And it was the worst thing ever. Meanwhile, Del Rio's like speaking in Spanish. He's like, look at the Chihuahua, Rey Mysterio Jr. Kill yourself.
And like, the one thing that I actually found tolerable about this segment was the fact that, like, I thought it was funny that Kevin Owens was just like, talking to Jericho. And he was just like, well, I thought we were cool, man. You called me, like, sleazebag or whatever. Like, they were exchanging insults, and they were just like, I thought that meant we were cool. Like,
by the way, let me just point out how this past week, on the Money in the Bank picture thing, they had the fact that there was one more man supposed to be qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match, and now it's just these 6.
They completely ignored like the seventh person.
I don't even think there is a 7th person anymore. I think it's just these 6. The highest people I see having a chance of winning are Owens and Del Rio.
Yeah, that's pretty much it.
So
I mean, unless they appeal to the smart fans again by giving us Zayn.
Sami Zayn! And then smart fans are like, oh, think about the possibilities. We'll get Sami Zayn versus Roman Reigns.
Except if Sami Zayn.
God, Zayn versus Reigns. Oh my God. That's,
out of this entire like roster of people that are going to be in the Money in the Bank match, if Sami Zayn does win it, I'm going to tell you right now, the moment that dude cashes in, he's going to lose it. He's going to be another one of those few that have actually lost by cashing in. I'm not even fucking kidding you. I wish I could be wrong.
And then he'll do the respective Ring of Honor handshake, because that's what they do in this queer company. So then we got the exciting main event of Cesaro, Sami Zayn, Dean Ambrose versus Del Rio, Kevin Owens, and Chris Jericho. I couldn't even remember who was in this fucking match. That's why I just had to read it on paper. Sami Zayn came out and there was no reaction. And all you people that are like, it wasn't a smoky crowd, they give a reaction to Kevin Owens. If there's a reaction to Kevin Owens and there's no reaction to Sami Zayn, there's a problem. So, the whole crowd was dead silent for this match.
The whole crowd was dead silent for like almost the entire show, except for the John Cena segment.
The only chant that they did during
nothing else.
The only chant that they did during this match, which I found pretty funny, is they were chanting, "Stupid idiot," because Chris Jericho legit says it like all the time.
Stupid idiot.
Yeah. So like they finally were like, "Fuck you."
Do you
asshole.
understand what I'm saying to you right now? Stupid idiot. Stupid ass. Stupid idiot.
Shut the fuck up, Gordon Ramsay.
Stupid idiot.
So fucking. They have this long-ass, boring-ass tag team match that I don't give a shit about. Meanwhile, Michael Cole's on commentary reminding you what the Money in the Bank contract is, in case you forgot. In case you don't know. Money in the Bank contract, it's a contract that you get cash in any time for a championship match. And it basically means that you're the number one contender at all times.
Don't you forget who made the Money in the Bank
Don't
ladder
forget
match.
that.
Stupid idiot!
Chris Jericho was the man that created the ladder match. And then
Idiot!
And then JBL's on commentary. Ha ha! Only 2 men have passed in the Money in the Bank contract that failed, Michael. And then
that reminds me that Damian Sandow was one of them, and I feel sad.
No, they say John Cena, and then they're like, who's the other one? So, yeah. So, I remember Dean Ambrose and the Queers won the match, and I don't give a shit. Raw ended immediately after they won. Like, immediately after they won, it just cut to the ending. They were like, we're done. We're done here. Goodbye.
Yeah, what she said.
Way to build to the pay-per-view. We have 2 matches announced. 2 of them were announced last week. Oh, boy.
This is how you build to a pay-per-view. Take fucking notes. Done!